Hello, everyone. This is Scooter's Brass, coming to you live. I apologize for being a minute or two late. It's been a pretty long day, and I'm having some camera issues, so I had to switch to a different camera. So welcome to Scooter's Brass, 4th of July edition. Yeah, there's a bit of reflectiveness, I think, coming off of the lights and everything, but that happens. So today is the 245th birthday of our constitutional republic called the United States of America. Now, back in the day, when it first happened 245 years ago, there was 13 colonies. So we've come a long way since then, now that we have 50 states. Now, most people probably understand that I came from, my ancestors have been here quite a while. And I'm kind of, I have relatives or ancestors that fought during the Civil War, or not Civil War, wrong war, that fought during the Revolutionary War. My family, my mom and my sister have actually been doing some, I hear the ice cream truck. Anyway, they've been doing some looking back into our lineage to find out, where we're from, where we came from, how long we've been here, that kind of stuff. And we found some interesting stuff about the Revolutionary War. Apparently my glasses are reflecting light, but since I can't see the chat room without them, I can't just take them off. But anyway, some of our ancestors, we are supposedly somewhat related to Major General Joseph Warren. We're still trying to figure out exactly where that comes from and where that begins. But we are definitely ancestors of Colonel Gideon Warren, who was in the Revolutionary War. He was a colonel, and he fought quite a few different battles. He was at Fort Ticonderoga, some other places like that, which is pretty cool. So we do have a lineage of our family that was here during that time period. So it's kind of a thing for us that we see that we were here during the birth of our country. At least our ancestors were. I'm not that old. My sister, yeah, she's a little older than me, but she's not that old either, because neither one of us is 245 years old. But it's kind of a special time for most people here in the United States, although I've been seeing a lot of stuff posted online going back and forth. People have to be, they have to cause trouble. They have to troll you. They have to find ways to make you mad, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I understand that. Yeah, sure. The United States was created after the 13 colonies kind of went through and took the land from the Indians and stuff like that. But that was 245 years ago, and there's nothing I can actually do about that. So all I can tell you is, whoops, we screwed up or whatever. But that does not change the fact that we are now the world's longest, I believe, constitutional republic in existence at 245 years. So one of the things that I hope for on the 4th of July this year is that people will start looking at each other in this country as Americans. Okay. No more of this liberal and conservative crap, because this country was founded by both conservatives and liberals 245 years ago. You can deny it. You can say that's not true, whatever you want, but that's the way it is. So if we're really going to make a difference and we're really going to fix the problems we have in our country, we got to stop being at each other's heads and start working together, like we used to, compromise, working to try to fit what's, makes what's all of us better people, all of us better living, that kind of thing, instead of believing and expecting that one or side or the other is right. Because that's why we're in so many problems with our country. Now, today was, and it's one of the cool things, today was the 16th annual IDARM, which is short for Independence Day Action Rifle Match. Now, my first competition ever was at this match in 2018. So it's kind of a sentimental thing for me to participate in this match. We were supposed to have 6 stages, but because of time restraints, we ended up only having 3 stages. But this was different than any other match I've been in because of the fact that it was squad versus squad. So I was on team squad 6, and we were competing directly with squad 5. And so a person from squad 6 and a person from squad 5 would both shoot the stage at the same time. So there's basically a copycat of the stage times 2. The original idea was that we would all come in and shoot each of the 3 stages twice, so that on the first shot we would be on the left side of the course, and on the right the second time we did the stage would be on the right side of the course. It didn't work out that way because of time. They didn't realize, and nobody realized that it was going to take that much time to actually get through the match. So by 1 o'clock, we had only done the first 3 stages, and there was no way we were going to finish the next 3 stages by 2:45, 3 o'clock. So it was decided to go ahead and switch to to just doing the first 3 stages, and that's what was scored. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of new people there, which is nice to see. It's nice to see new shooters at these matches, because when there's new shooters showing up, it means that the sport is growing. And what better time to shoot your first match than the 4th of July, the day that people with guns defended our liberty and created our country. So civilians with guns basically helped the Constitutional Army, Colonial Army, I think is what it was called, to defeat the British, which helped to create the United States of America. So new shooters are good. That's what we want to do. Had a lot of fun. It was really hot out there. This is Arizona. This is the summertime, so we're usually in the 100s. The downside was last night we had some monsoon rains in the valley, which means that it was very humid as well. So that kind of, sucks it out of you. I came home where I left the match with a certificate for a free stripped down receiver from KE Arms, which was cool. And I came home with a bunch of 308 brass. Most of it's probably the brass that I actually shot. So hopefully I at least have as much brass as I use so that I can reload those and make my own ammo out of them. So for those of you that are out there, if you want to actually compete, if you want to get better at your skills, which I would recommend, there are matches all over the country that you can go to. There are, if you go, there's a website called practicescore.com. You can sign up for a free account, and then you can actually search for matches in your area. It's not a bad thing to do, because it's actually a really good thing to actually find matches in your area, so you can learn locally. Now, most gunners that I know are very helpful to new shooters, and they'll take you under their wing. They'll help you learn how to do everything that you're doing, what you need to do, etc. And that's the way I learned. People took me under their wings, and I started, working and getting better. Now, they haven't posted the scores yet, but I do know that at least on one of the 3 stages, I had one of the top times, which is a first for me, because I'm not usually in the top brackets in anything, because I'm not the best shooter in the world, and I'm a little slow. Today was a little different. It was kind of weird, maybe because I was competing against somebody shooting against somebody at the same exact time I was shooting. But it was still a good match. I really enjoyed it. It's called IDARM. Independence Training is who hosts the match. They're a bunch of good folks. They're trying to get more people into the sport, which is a great thing. They always have decent prizes and everything, and they always make a really good match. So if you're in Arizona and you want to shoot the Independence Day action rifle match, it's the same day every year, so you can't miss it. Next week should be, if I can get in, is the Rio Salado July multi-gun match. They're going to be limiting the amount of stages they're running and squads they're running because of the desert heat. So there's only 5 squads allowed, which means I'm going to have to really be on my game to get registered as quickly as possible tomorrow, or there won't be any slots left. And then hopefully we'll start to see the temperatures cooling over next month in August, September, etc., so that the matches are not so brutally hot, so they'll have a little bit more space available and more stages available for people. Anyway, it's been a very long day. I wanted to come on just so I could, say hi to everybody and tell you how the day went with the IDARM, and wish everybody a very happy 4th of July weekend with your family. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. I don't want to see a bunch of people blowing their fingers off by misusing fireworks, because that does happen. As an old pyrotechnician from way back when, I can tell you that can happen. So please be very, very safe if you're using pyrotechnics. Also, especially in areas like in Arizona here, we are under a lot of different fire warnings because it's so dry. We already have at least 10 or 15, I think, fires burning here in Arizona. One of them out east of us is the Telegraph Fire, and it's been burning for a couple of weeks now. It's burning a lot of acreage. So keep that in mind when you're out there shooting fireworks. Keep some water available, water hose, something so that you can actually extinguish any flames that may pop up if you get it in the grass or anything like that. And I think that's pretty much it. My wife and I need to get some food into us. We need to try to, take a shower, get the sweat on the dirt off. And so next week is July 11th. And I'm supposed to have with me Ed Gardner from the Liberal Gun Club. He's the executive director of the Liberal Gun Club. And Laura, and I'm probably going to slaughter the name, Cullinane Smith, I think. I'll have to go back and look. I talked about it last week. But they're going to be on the show this next week, and we're going to talk about, those of us liberals that are very, very strong constitutionalists, and what we can do to help our 2A community try to get past the right versus left so that we can actually work together to keep our rights for both sides. And that's very important to me and something I've been working on. So that pretty much covers it. I'm kind of beat, so I need to ice pack myself and shower myself and get some food and play with the dogs because they're a little upset that we haven't been here today. And they don't like the fireworks that much. So everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe. See you next weekend, hopefully at our regular time, which is noon on Sunday, and we'll have a good time. So have a good one, guys.